All right, guys, so here we go. We're going to take a quick look here at what we're going to expect in the AFC Cup. So the AFC Cup will begin in our next match. That's going to be tomorrow. We will play against Guam Shipyard. So that's what we've got for our first round. I will take a quick look here and see. Now, see, there's no preview to look at necessarily, so it's not quite clear how we match up against them. Guam Shipyard, of course, is from Guam. We play them once at home, once away, and they haven't had many matches so far this season. In fact, they're in the middle of their off season. They don't start until November. Interestingly enough, their season goes November through through May. They had some success in their league beforehand, so we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure exactly what Guam rates at. We can take a quick look here. Let's see. Guam with a population of 168,000 as opposed to Taiwan, which has like 20 million. Where do we see the ranking? There we go. World ranking is 208th place, right? Whereas, let's see if it will let me type here. Chinese Taipei, if this comes up for us. Yeah, Chinese Taipei is 172nd. So you would think that perhaps, there would be a good chance for us to have some success here looking into our league. I'm not sure if there's a way here actually to see how our league rates compared to others. Right, so we just came up there. We're like, 16th in terms of competition reputation in the AFC. But I'm not sure if that compares directly to the league in Guam. So we'll take a quick look and see. Yeah, it's Guam Shipyard that we're playing against, and they are in which league? Let's see here. Competition senior squad. Yeah, they're in the Budweiser Guam's men's senior league, which is 76th, also in AFC. So you would expect that we should have some success against them here in this match. We're more highly regarded. We're more highly ranked. We have a team that is semi-pro. I'm not sure if theirs is professional, semi-pro, or what. Let's take a look here at general. They're amateur. So this is an amateur squad that we're playing against. You would expect that we should be able to see them out here of this. Now, the stages here, it's always a little bit, the stages here are always a little bit complicated. So we are in the East Asia Zone playoff, I think it is. Let's look at this again. Yes, we are in the East Asia Zone playoff. So we have to go with this playoff with them first, and then we go over to the East Asia Zone, which looks like is going to be a 5-team competition. And to get to the East Asia Zone final, you have to win. You have 2 teams. I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work. But yeah, there are 4 games in the East Asia Zone. Then you get to the final, and then you get to the interzone playoff. So that's when sort of the proper rounds start. Now, looking ahead at what our board is expecting of us. The board is expecting us to, let's see if we can figure this out. Yeah, that's not going to tell me here. We're looking for view more. There we go. Yeah, the board is expecting us to reach the AFC Cup proper. Now, exactly what that means, I'm not certain. I think what that means for us, though, is to beat Guam and to try to move on to the East Asia side sort of group stage and then move on from there. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we will be able to beat them. We can look and see how much money is involved for this particular match. And, I mean, it's not even listed here. So it's not entirely clear to me. Yeah, there's no finances that are listed there either. Once we get, I think, to this final, that's where we get winner prize money, 353,000 euros. That's where it's kind of a big deal. If we can get over here to the interzone playoff semifinal, that's where we really start to say there are 4 teams there. That's where we really start to get the money to roll in. And of course, winning the interzone playoff gives us another 100,000. And then if you win the final here, it gives you 1.5 million euros. That would be a big deal. I don't know if we can actually make it that far or not, right? With a team that has not really much of a striker and a team that's dominating Taiwan, but who knows what we can do beyond that. But if we could make it to that level, that combined with the funds from actually playing these games should give us a good boost in our finances. We're looking at about 167,000 right now. Financial status is okay. When you look at the projection, actually looks very, very positive. I don't know why it only says okay. It looks pretty good. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. You know, my hope is that we can get have some success in this and get quite a way forward. Maybe even think about becoming professional afterwards and trying to get our stock to rise a little bit internationally. But we'll see what happens. We'll see how we play. We look again at this competition. At least at this stage, who are the other teams that we're looking at? We're looking at this Mongolian team and then a team from the Northern Mariana Islands. I mean, none of these 4 teams should be that difficult for us. We should be able to advance, I think, beyond the East Asia zone. I really do. But we'll see what happens. I mean, when it comes over to the East Asia zone proper, I don't know which teams are going to be in it. So we'll see what happens if we should get to that point. But I have a pretty good feeling about our ability to at least get through this playoff. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we will be able to make it. In terms of who's going to be on the squad, we do have the return, AFC Cup. We have the return of Kader Bamba to the squad. Where are you? He's on here. There he is. Yeah, Kader Bamba's coming back to the squad. He's happy about the collective win bonus. He's going to be back on, and Nene, who can't score, though he just had a hat trick, is going to end up being off. Nene is really tall, isn't he? So at some point in time, I'm going to take advantage of that. But no, Nene is not going to be on the squad. And we'll kind of figure it out from there. Still keeping an eye on a couple of players. I just realized as I'm looking at the heights of these guys, which I clearly never pay attention to. I guess Leach Haba is kind of tall, 190, but this kid, Chen Chunxian, our goalkeeper, is 197. You got to start wondering, I wonder if this guy potentially would have the ability to be a really good goaltender if we played him and if we started to develop him. So who knows? Somebody else to think about. But I mean, there you have it. We have 27 players on the squad, including 5 foreigners. We actually have 6 goalkeepers in the squad, which is a ridiculously high total. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens. I think that we have a pretty good chance of making something good happen here. I think that it's going to be perfectly fine for us. I look forward to what should be a good match here. Coming up against Guam, and I think that we should be able to push on. Not quite the Champions League, but this will give me a little bit of cred for when I end up going back to Oceania, and we actually have the real part of the save continue. So there's your preview. We'll see what happens in reality. Talk to you later. Bye.